be an entertainer is something that I've understood as to be someone that possesses the spirit of giving, because you will give so much for so long before you even get a crowd cheering or a round of applause, let alone recognition. Now the next chapter is with the brother that gave so much to me through entertainment. I don't even think he knows how much. His name is Kantinka, and that's why the next chapter is obviously titled Kantinka, the Entertainer. Enjoy.
But wait, pause.
Now we're not pausing. Kantinka!
Mpumelelo.
That's the best name I've heard since I've been here, man. And it means?
It means a strong, able-bodied man in the Tree language. So when you want to refer to any guy you think is strong, he's well able-bodied, you just call him Kantinka. Yeah, so that's just about it.
Look at that. This guy's gassing him up. You should see him right now when he speaks about his name, man. Every time you talk about your name, you have to explain it. He's like Kantinka, strong, able-bodied man.
That's right.
That's it, man. We here at Jamestown. We're facing the beach right now. That's why there's so much background noise. I hope this won't affect the final edit, but who cares? It's about the scenario, right?
100%.
So tell me, man, where do I start? I've spent so much time with you. I shouldn't have, so that this goes organic. But I guess it's a good thing to do a lot of research, organic research. Tell me about where you grew up.
Yeah, well, I must say I grew up in Kumasi originally. I spent most of my primary school days in Kumasi, and so until I was somewhere primary 4, 5, and then my whole family migrated to Accra because of my father's business. So he had to move the entire family from Kumasi to settle in Accra. And then since then, we've been in Accra for close to like 10-15 years here, and it's been great. That's it basically. It's been great.
Tell me, as a kid, what type of kid were you?
Well, I don't know how to define myself. I was that kid who wanted to try everything, and so it was mostly even during schools or after school when we are home. You see me like they still had a problem trying to figure out the type of person I was, because sometimes I could be cool, sometimes I can be very rough, sometimes I could be playing on these. And so even as a kid, they were trying to figure out, what is this guy going to grow to become? Because the next time you see I'm so mad about playing football, the other day I'm somewhere dancing, the other day I'm with the guys on the street, So I did a bit of everything. I think it helped in the person I am today, because I had so much experiences from so many things as I grew up, and so that's how things went for me.
I like that. You know what I call you? I call you Kantinka the Entertainer. Because like at every turn, man, you're always entertaining. If you're not singing, you're dancing. If you're not dancing, you're engaging people with stories. But you're always in entertainment. Have you always had that?
100%. Yeah. I think it has been with me. I don't know how people see me to be, but I try as much as possible to live my life as happy as I can be. And I think in living my happy life, people end up being happy too. So I think it's cool with me. So way from school, I always had people following me. Like when school closes, it's more like, we'll be going home like, cliques together in groups. Everybody wanted to be in my group, man, because when we work home, we didn't use school bus and all that. It was like quite a long distance, but we did the walking. And so whilst we were walking home, always the guys wanted to be with me, because they know on the way home I'm going to come out with songs, I'm going to tell them stories, I'm going to do crazy things, and all the girls, everybody wanted to be by my side. I don't know, but I had a lot of things to tell them. I think that's why they enjoyed my company, and even till now, I don't know, but I feel it's something that is with me. So
You told me an interesting story about how you picked up drama in school.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Okay, so as I said, I think quite early in my life, like primary school and all these things, we've been doing these church plays, church drama, trying to retell the stories of Jesus Christ, playing Mary, Joseph and all that. Well, that's just by the way. But, up until high school, that's when I think I kind of really realized the space that I could best fit in. And so in high school, I joined the school's drama club. And then I don't know how things came, but when I became a senior in high school, I ended up becoming the president of the drama club. And it was such an amazing opportunity. There was some kind of educational system shift in my country as at the time in Ghana, and so the high school was supposed to last for 3 years. That has been the norm for 3 years. But during my time, there was a change in government, and they decided that high school should be 4 years. You understand? So during my time, I had the opportunity to go to high school for 4 years. That meant that in my third year, when I was the president of the drama club, when I got to the fourth year, I had to be the president again. You understand? Nice. Because I was the senior. So I had the opportunity to be like 2 terms president, whilst everybody had 1 opportunity. So I feel by that, I had so much of responsibilities on me as the president. Now there were new people coming in. You had to teach them 1 or 2 things, get strict scripts for them to rehearse on, get the stage set, do everything. I think those kind of responsibilities that felt on me pushed me to become who I am today, to set up maybe a creative agency or something that should be able to put or organize staffs for people that I think they believe in me, they see me as a leader or something, so that they can still see me as that kind of person who always inspire, motivate them. And so that's the life I'm living today.
So you pretty much started your career in high school.
Yes, that's basically that's the main picture.
So what is it? What's your career? What is it that you do?
Okay, so I originally started as a performer, like a stage actor. I did a bit of spoken word poetry and all that, and I did a bit of writing. But I think after university, I got myself together with a couple of other guys to start a business in the creative industry, because that is basically how I've lived my life throughout my years. I'm always like the entertainer, the guy making people happy, the guy, always concentrated on how people can live their life happily. And so I just thought that, why don't I make this a business? And I found 3 guys who were also, in that kind of line. I told them, let's create a business out of it. Let's create a company that will be providing quality entertainment for the people in Ghana. And then let's look beyond the shores of Ghana as well, how we can provide entertainment for people outside. Then they will get to know who we are as Ghanaians or Africans in general through the kind of artworks that we put together. So now I can boldly say we run a theater production company. It's basically an art production and management firm. So we do stage productions, theater shows, art exhibitions, and all that. And then I don't know how things turned up, but when we set up the business, I became the creative director, because it meant that I have experienced several forms of art, like music. I've been with a music band, I've been acting on stage, I've been with a visual artist working on their project and all that. So I had quite some vast experience in the creative space. And so they said that, okay, wow, now we are creating a fully fledged creative agency that will be doing almost everything creative, you understand, or anything art. We'll be doing that. We need that person who knows everything about the art space in Ghana and maybe elsewhere. And they thought that, okay, no, this one is for Kantinka. Kantinka, you go for this one. Yeah. And so, it also came as a challenge to me and a very big responsibility. And so I'm living up to it. With all the experience that I've gathered over the years, I'm using it to feed my company, and I'm still learning more. I think the best thing that ever happens to me is learning, because I know by learning, and that's the good part of my story.
I love that. How's your family reacting to that? I mean, being in the creative space anywhere in the world, the one very common challenge is a family that doesn't understand. Sometimes some people are privileged to have families that are supportive, irrespective of what they do. How's your experience?
Well, I've not had it easy as well, especially in the part of the country that I'm coming from. I'm a Ghanaian and I'm an Ashanti, and people from my tribe are known to be the business people, always going for something that comes with money in return and all that. And so when I started initially, my family just thought it was something, you know, around me, something that I'm just doing for fun. You understand? And so even when I was applying to do theater art in the university, my father wasn't so much in support of it. Anyway, I ended up not getting admission to a theater arts program anyway. I had Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Linguistics. I think it was also cool because I still ended up having my own way to do my art stuff. But the support, I think, is dicey because now, let's say I'm a graduate, and then in our part of the country, once you're a graduate, it means that you now have to be getting things home, you know, bringing money, support family budget and all that. And here I am, you know, still struggling with my startup company. We play shows, the incomes are not coming, and so they are more like, now you're on your own. Like, you get the point, you're on your own, so your future is in your own hands, whether you want to make it or not. Now we've done our best to educate you. It's up to you to take it up to do it. But now I think some gigs that my mom is so proud of, at least she knows that, okay, now this thing is gradually making sense, because now she sees that I pick up quite number or two of jobs that she thinks are doing this thing. Sometimes I get some little cash and I bring home, so she thinks it has a future for me. But the point is when. She's always waiting for when is the real cash coming home. And that's been the challenge so far. But I think for them, they have goodwill to support me if it's bringing something home, you understand? But the point is, if it's not bringing anything home, they are not so much in support of it. And so I think always their only problem has been when I'm getting paper out of what I'm doing, you understand? But the support is there. It's amazing. I think sometimes my mother funds some of my projects. If I tell my dad about it, he's like, okay, well, I'm going to support you and all that. They're just hoping for that day that I bring something valuable home out of the things that I do, and then they can know that, oh, our guy has landed. He landed. Now we can't complain about the things that he do anymore. So I'm also looking for that big opportunity.
I love that. So you're one of the volunteers, as I am, at Charlie Water Festival, which is predominantly centered on traditions of the Ga people and your Ashanti. What's the interest in being involved in a festival that is not associated with your culture?
All right. And so, as I told you earlier, I studied sociology in the university, so I learned about the people and their cultures, the diversity in people and their cultures. And so I learned about the Ga people, I learned about my people, the Ashanti tribe, I learned about the Ebes and several other, tribes that are even beyond the borders of Ghana. And so I think anything within the cultural space has got my interest, and that is what triggered me to be a part of a festival that I feel it doesn't have much representation of my people in terms of our culture and all that, because the Chalowote is an art festival in itself, well, that embraces all forms of art and people from different walks of life anyway. But it has grown to be attached to the Homowo Festival, which is typically a Ghana traditional festival that goes along with it. So it's more like the 2 weeks festival has been broken down into two. 1 week for the Homowo activities and the other week for the art activities. I think it still makes sense to me anyway, because I get my own share of the art part of it, and I still get the opportunity to experience some of the cultural practices that I learned in school and all that. So now I'm more like a first-hand observer to some of the things that I learned in school. I think it's a great opportunity, getting to meet people from different walks of life. And here my guy Day here, Mpumelelo from SA, representing in Ghana, is a great opportunity, to get to meet people. And I think it's good for my personality, what I believe in and all that, and also good for my business as well, because as I told you, I'm a creative director of a art production company. And so getting the opportunity to interact more and have communications with people in the art space from different walks of life, some in Ghana, some from Europe and the Americas and all that, is a great opportunity for me to network myself and then just get a very good relationship for my business as well. So I think I'm leaving all of them great.
Dope, man. We're about to end this interview because we gotta get back to work. We're actually we're stealing time right now, you know. What's your dream?
Well, the dream is big. I think in the final round, I think I want to be a faculty on my own, like somebody that people can tap knowledge from. That is why I'm always going on adventures, you know, tackling things that I've never done before. But I don't know, I found myself within the art space, and then my ultimate goal is to get to the top where I can be some sort of authority in the art space where people can get information from me, so it's even leading me somewhere into the academic field where I can be able to contribute academically even to the art industry and cultural industry in my country. But I believe before I can get to a point where I can be an authority, or I can be somebody like a faculty member, a lecturer, or maybe a teacher or something in the art space, I think I have to learn more, experience more, and do more. And then when I speak, or when people come to me to learn something, I can get something valuable to give them. And so the main aim, the final destination, is to give back to people. The final destination is for people to come back to me and say, yo, Kantinka, we read this about you, we want to do this, any insight, you have any things to share with us and all that. And so I feel by being maybe a teacher or a lecturer somewhere in a university or something, I can get that opportunity to share my knowledge and my experiences with the people that want to learn from me. But you know before I can do that, I need to learn a lot, do more, practice more, experience more before I can share. So I'm still on the journey.
I love that approach. This show is called The Mayor's Office.
Okay.
A reason why is because all the people I interview here, I hold in great regard as leaders, self-appointed leaders or appointed by a community, different sized communities, but they are leaders in their own rights, and I think you are. So if you would be a mayor of anything or anything, anything or anywhere, what would it be, or where would it be?
Oh, I think I want to be a mayor of Africa, the continent, the entire continent, and I want to function within the creative art and cultural space. I think that is where I find my interest, and that is where I'm living my life around. And so if I'm being given the opportunity to be the mayor, man, South Africa, Uganda, Nigeria, everybody, everywhere across Africa, I'm that mayor in the cultural and art space. Check out for me, I'm coming back for you. Kantinka is in the building.
That's it, I love it. Kantinka right there, the mayor of Africa. I think, man, you have a bright future. Because of the passion. You actually remind me of my father a lot. He's still alive, but he's got the wit that you have, he's got the flair that you have. And when I saw you just move around, I knew exactly what you are and what kind of power you possess, because I've been around it all my life. And if you won't make it, you'll probably, give birth to a son like me. So you're gonna win anyway.
Yeah, it'll be great having a son like Mpumelelo. Stubborn guy, hard guy. This guy is a great dude, man. I mean, we've enjoyed our stay in Ghana and the whole Hlophe Art Festival. It's been a great experience meeting you. You're a true brother. And then one thing I admire about you so much is the fact that you possess so much knowledge. I think we've had a couple of conversations, around several issues, politics, social life, business, entrepreneurship, and the art space. You contribute 100% to all of it. I wonder, where has it been? Like having all these experiences and all that. I think you're a great guy, Charlie. You should also keep it up.
Thank you.
You're a good Charlie. In Ghana, Charlie means friend. So my Charlie, you are really a good Charlie. Keep it up, Charlie.
Thank you, man. Before we even get into trouble, let's get back to work. 100%. That's another episode of The Mayor's Office.
Thanks for tuning in. That's the end of that chapter, which leads us to the next chapter. The story continues. So wherever you're watching or listening to this from, please press the subscribe button and share with your people. Plus, you can comment or leave a review. That would be dope. This podcast is still produced with other amazing storytellers, starting off with the visual direction by Studio Dirty Native. The visual podcasts are interpreted to South African Sign Language by Thuli Zigalala from Yellow Owl, who still happens to be one of 11 SATI accredited South African Sign Language interpreters. The music, scoring, and final mix is produced by xSipping of Father Ape Studios. Needless to say, he's still doing his thing. The social media and project rollout strategy is by Eric Ipalebo Thomas. I've been butchering his name for the last 3 episodes. Can you believe it? Thanks for listening and enjoy your day.